Virtual Blythe Retreat 2026 is over. And now what do we do, Terry?
Time to prepare for 2027.
Hi, everybody. Tammy here. Welcome to my channel. And I'm here with my sister, Terry. And
Hello.
she has two YouTube channels, Be Creative with Terry Jeanette, where she has most of her doll content and lots of other creative endeavors. Yes, all kinds of creativity going on over there. And then she has another channel, Tapping Flamingo. It's jewelry making with Tapping Flamingo. So if you want to learn how to make jewelry for yourself and also for the dolls, you can head over there. She has a lot of tutorials, lots of content over there. That is her older channel, so she has a lot of content over there. So we're here today, and this is after Virtual Blythe Retreat 2026. Yay!
Yeah, that was a busy weekend.
Yes, we survived. I hope you guys did too. We had a little over 70 people at this one, about 10 more than we did last year. So every year it seems to grow by another 10 people.
Hmm.
It's very small. We are a very small time too. Let us just clarify that. This is not a major operation. This is not a BlytheCon where we have, thousands and tens of thousands of dollars, you know, uh,
Now, that
invested
being
in it.
said, though, we
Yeah.
do put in a ton of work.
We do. We put in a lot of work. We're already starting on working on 2027 for planning and the workshops, designing projects, reaching out to people who maybe, want to help us, that kind of thing. So it's a lot of work. And just, that said, we're here to tell you how it went for 2026 and in particular the survey. So can you tell them like what are we talking about when we say survey for the retreat?
Okay, virtual Blythe retreat, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We close it out Sunday afternoon, and then we send a survey with what did it have 10 questions on it?
This
It's
time we
about
were
10.
we honed it down to five. We kind of like
Okay, so we had five
combined things.
questions
Yeah.
that we wanted feedback how the participants
The
participants
participants. Yeah.
how they felt about what went on, and
Yes.
we're going to go through the questions so
Right.
it'll be more uh, understandable once we get
Right.
going
And
here.
this is, this might be of interest to people. It might not, but I think definitely it will be interesting if you were there. Okay, if you got to go this time, you will probably definitely find it interesting to see what other
Yes.
people thought. Also, if you have been thinking about doing it or going to any kind of, similar activity, like I'll say BlytheCon again, they're not exactly the same as this at all, but
No. They're much.
there's some crossover, a little bit. Ours is all virtual. But anyway, so it might be of interest to people. So, and we are still open to feedback
Right.
because, so
This
we,
helps plan our next virtual
yes.
Blythe retreat,
Huge, huge, huge planning.
Mhm.
Yeah, huge, huge help with the planning. So, in fact, we have some of our little dollies up here that participated in the retreat.
Not the big girls, but the little
The
girls
little
here.
gals, yeah. So I'll tell you what the questions are, and then Terry and I already off camera went over this, and then we kind of just I have like a bullet list sort of things that we're going to talk about, but I'll just tell you what the five questions were. And some people answered the questions publicly on the group. We always create a retreat group in Facebook, and it's a private group. You have to purchase a pass in order to get access to the group. And then we post at the very end, like Terry said on Sunday, we post and say, here are the questions, answer them, and you can people either answer them there publicly or sometimes a good chunk will also email them to me if they don't want to share their thoughts publicly and identify. And we're not going to mention anybody's names, by the way.
Nope.
We're not going to say so and so said this, okay? Because it's
Susie said this.
yeah. So the five questions were: what were your favorite and least favorite activities this weekend and why? Number two was, what would you like to see offered at future retreats? For example, specific types of content or crafting techniques. Three, for those who purchased the goodie bag, what were your top two favorite items in the bag and general thoughts on it? Four, what are your thoughts about the prizes offered, including the grand prizes? And five, do you have any additional comments about your retreat experience? I guess question number one was about the favorite and least favorite. And I would say I don't think anybody even said there was something they didn't
You
like.
know, of all the questions, I don't remember any negativity at
Yeah.
all.
I just, before we got
So,
on here, I looked over this again because I
yeah.
printed up this stuff here and really, I don't see anybody the only thing I can say, and this is, it makes sense. We had
Uh-huh.
14 workshops and we had a variety of techniques and only a couple of days. Okay. So some people aren't, not everyone's going to do the 14 workshops, to actually do the item in the workshop, right? And not all, some of our workshops were more informative, just a couple of them were like that.
Mhm.
Most of them you're actually making something. So it's not every single workshop is going to appeal to every single person, right? I mean, some
Well,
people do
there's, yeah.
every single project, I will say. A lot of you do. Yeah. But and that's something I saw that people mentioned, like there was a crochet hat, and you had to know how to crochet, right? So, and some people were like, "Well, I'm going to learn," and they did it, which is great.
Yeah, and you know, on that note, Tammy does have several how-to crochet videos on her Peacecraft Dolls YouTube channel.
Yes, I have a
And we
playlist.
mentioned that beforehand so people could go over there and learn to
Right.
crochet. And some people did. Some people just weren't interested, and that's okay, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. If it's not gonna, and there's a time crunch too. And even though we do leave the group open for a couple of weeks afterwards, so for example, Kim's project, which was the very first workshop, Kim Davis from The Dolls, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, hers was extremely popular. But I will say, not a lot of people did it. And I feel like that's because it's a fairly meaty type of
Yeah,
project. And I think people are going to go away and do it later.
right.
And some people did it, again, but not as
Well,
many people did
it
it
is
in some
very
of the other
meaty,
things.
and that's why we put it first.
Yes. Yeah.
In case somebody wanted to do it, they could do it.
Yes.
But again, they can just wait and do it later.
Exactly. Exactly. And plus, I feel like even if you don't do it in the next couple of weeks, after watching what she did, a lot of people kind of were like, "Oh, I understand the concepts that she's explaining of creating this narrative and a photography space." And I mean, just that alone, I feel like it was something that most people, and like I said, it was one of the most popular. Just some of the, here's one comment said, I always enjoy anything related to set design. Let's see, what was another one? My favorite activities watching Kim paint her fabulous sunset sky backdrop. I mean, there were quite a few people in here who specifically mentioned um, her project, her workshop. So we know it was very popular. So,
Yeah,
like
and
I
I was
said,
very enlightened by it, to be honest
yes,
with
I was
you.
too. I was like, it kind of opened up things for me a little bit
I was like,
because,
oh, I can do that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And actually, Terry's done a video. Did you post that on your Be Creative channel?
Yeah, I don't know if it's, I can't remember if it's already posted. I think I did post it already. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
So,
lazy man's version.
so really, all of the projects, we didn't have anybody say there was anything they didn't like specifically. I would say there was a lot of people, the pants, the main sewing project was a pair of pants. These gals are wearing them. This gal and this gal here are both wearing them. They're baggy hip hop pants. And I was really pleased that everybody liked that. That took me a while to come because I wanted something that was really fast and kind of easy, and but something that was kind of generic enough so that people could do a lot of things to it, like Claire from Claire Who Makes Things, Claire Roberts on YouTube. She actually took the pants and then she added elastic to the sides so they kind of
Mhm.
scrunched up a little bit. And then Yuri, he actually took it and he made all these, like, he cut it into pieces, the pattern, and then so he had these extra lines and then he had side pockets and stuff. And I mean, oh, and Cheryl over at Cherished Doll Friends on YouTube, she sized it down for the Maury Dolly dolls. So people went crazy with it, and that's exactly what I wanted to happen. So so
Tammy
yay.
works hard on designing these patterns, by the
It
way.
takes me
It's
a
a
really
lot
long
of
time,
work.
right? Because I
Because
don't
I'm
really
always
know what I'm
like,
doing.
I'm always saying, oh, well, can you do this? you could just do this and this and this. I mean, I don't sew. So
Yeah.
she's like, well,
No,
might take me a while to figure that out.
it does. Yeah. Because I'm pen and paper and I don't really know. I would love to take an actual real class someday in how to make patterns for dolls. I would love to do that. Mark Tinky out there, I would love to study and you show us how. I would love to take a formal class. So anyway, that was question number one. Um, Everybody really liked all the videos, the customizing videos. We had a number of customizers this time, and I even chimed in on that a little bit too. So we had Maida Gallad had the photography video again. We ran that again from last year, which is that is on her YouTube channel if you want to go see it. It's already on there from last year. And then she did a wonderful video where she talked about all the tools that she uses for customizing. And I found that really useful because I don't always know, she's somebody, she didn't show us how to use the tools, but she talked about what they were useful for. And anyway, very informative, very helpful. Casey Brannon, she did one on painting eye chips. And then I did a follow-up to that where I showed how to take the eye chips out and put them back in. A lot of people did like it. It's funny, we kind of had a split. Some people were like, well, I don't customize dolls. And then other people were like, I'd love to see more doll customization.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but I think that's why Terry and I really try to have a mix of, topics, right? So,
Right. Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah.
We want there to be something for everybody. That
Yeah.
that now that doesn't mean that everybody is going to like everything, but there'll be something for everybody.
Hmm.
So,
And the thing is, like, if you've ever been to an actual conference or convention or whatever, you can't do all the activities usually. It's just there's too much. So,
yeah. I was
so you
just
kind
thinking
of
about that last night. It's like if we were to go to not a virtual, but a in-person
event.
retreat like this,
Hmm.
you would only be able to pick out maybe
Right.
3 workshops to do.
Right.
You wouldn't be able to do all 14 of them.
Yeah, you wouldn't. There's no way. Yeah, there's no way. So, so what else on my list here? The pants were a hit. Something that was mentioned numerous times, and this was in the question where it was like, what would you like to see in the future kind of thing. And here's one person kind of, more than one person said this, but I'll just read what this one person said because I think she worded it the best, the clearest. One thing I'd like to see in the future is perhaps more opportunities for attendees to connect with each other socially, maybe some kind of casual networking or chat session where people can sit, talk, and make new doll friends. So I'll let Terry talk about that.
So our very first Blythe retreat, we did that. But it wound up there was like Tammy and me and maybe a couple of other people there. And that was it.
Hmm.
Um, the problem is, and the reason we've done virtual Blythe retreat is so we can connect with everybody all over the world, anybody all over the world. I mean, we had UK people. We had, where all did they come
Okay,
from?
now, and I will
Sweden.
say it was a small percentage. We had seven people who outside of the US
Right.
out of
Yeah.
about 70. That's
But
not
and
insignificant though.
yeah.
But
Well, they're on a whole different time
yes,
zone,
yes.
but the United States is really big. A lot of people don't
Yes,
realize how big we are.
yes,
And so at 8 o'clock in the morning, when Tammy is just getting up and getting going, somebody in California is still sleeping.
yes,
It's only 5.
yeah, yeah.
And so it's kind of hard for all of us to be able to do that.
Hmm.
But, that's one of the reasons why I do the prize posts the way I
Yes,
do, because
yes,
I try to get interaction with everybody. And we had great interaction this year. I
right,
love people posting their pictures and people commenting, and I feel like we had a connection there through the posts like that.
right.
And you know, I encourage people to also not necessarily, you can post to other places. You don't have to only post under the price post that I've asked.
Hmm.
You could just pop up a picture and say, "Oh, I finally did the pants. Look what happened." Which,
Yes, and some people were doing that. So
yeah, there
we're
was
fine
one
with
in
that. Yes.
particular. and I can't
Uh-huh.
remember who it was, but she was having problems with the pants, and she goes, "Forget it, I'm just gonna throw it away." And you know what? I've been there. I totally get it. And I thought, oh, that poor girl
Yeah, her
having
machine, the
problems with the
tension in her
machine.
machine was just chewing her fabric up.
Yeah, but what happened, Tammy? Everybody was like
Yep,
encouraging her, and so she dug them out of the trash and she completed them, and they looked great.
yep.
So
So in our minds, those prize posts are the answer to the social networking that, like I said, this is one person who mentioned it. Many people mention it. I would say
oh,
a good handful. And every time we do a retreat,
every year,
this
yeah,
comes up. Somebody says something, almost the same thing, right? And then we say the same thing back. So it's on our radar, but we don't really know how to do it, right? We just don't
right.
know. Zoom is not going to do it. Live isn't going to do it. We can't all be there at the same time. We had the UK, Australia, Slovakia, Canada, New Zealand. Everybody, I feel like there was somebody else. Sweden this time. So all of those people, and then we have the West Coast. Terry and I are hour difference, 1 hour.
Yeah.
So getting all everybody together, it's just, you know, so it's our hearts are in the place where we're hoping that those prize posts are a way for people and just the group, like the person with the pants problem. She jumped
Hmm.
in there and asked for help and commiseration, and we all helped her and talked her down.
You got this. We've all
So
been in your shoes.
so so anyway, we'll move on, but that's just so you know, we're listening, and if we ever figure it out, we
If
will.
we figure it out, we would love to do it. But in the meantime,
So another thing that came up was the idea of the prizes and the prize posts, and it seems like something that Terry and I haven't been able to clarify a little bit. Some people were like, um, so this time we had two grand prizes, and in addition to that, we had 30 other prizes, which were a combination of things like physical items like a doll dress, or digital items like patterns, or what do you call it? Etsy gift certificate, stuff like that. And some people were kind of like, they wanted to know, well, how do you know what prize you're going to win, per the prize post? Like they want us to assign a prize to the prize post. That was a suggestion. And
which
another
I've
thing,
done that before.
yes, we did originally, we did that, but
And it was a headache.
mhm.
And I'm like, I'm not doing this again.
Right. We did, I think we did that at least the first time, if not the first two times we tried to do that. And the problem with that is, we have, what did you have, 15 prize posts this time? We had 15
Yes.
prize posts and 30 prizes, right? And we do this stuff kind of ahead of time,
Yes.
but the prizes come in, they just kind of trickle in. Sometimes we get a bunch and then they trickle in. And I never want to say no. I don't want to say, oh no, we can't
Right.
take any more prizes. Everything's assigned already. So the administrative managerial of all that is too much of a pain in the butt. So we're not
Well,
going
it's
to.
like a lot of stuff, like a lot of those price posts and all, I actually schedule them out 3 months in advance
Yes.
sometimes.
Yes. Yeah.
Because I got 10 grandkids, 4 kids,
Just
we're
busy.
busy
Yeah.
and
Yeah. Yes.
and also because sometimes technology decides it doesn't want to work. I want to make sure things get done and scheduled and not wait to the last minute and then
Yeah.
I have technical issues.
We are not last minute people. It does, yeah, I can't handle the stress. So
No.
now I will say one thing, and this is, some people have reached out to us and said things like for example, we have somebody who, she comes every year, Ella Avar. She has a wonderful YouTube channel, and she's the sweetest person ever. And she's actually told me, do not put her name in for the grand prizes. Now, I don't think anybody else is going to want to do that, but she, but she said
Very
that to me
sweet.
because she likes dolls that she can just knock around and do stuff with, and she doesn't have to worry about them being, you know, she just, so, she told me that. And then I've had other people do the same kind of thing, like, oh, could you make sure I don't get any fabric? Because I really don't. So we will do our best to accommodate that kind of thing, right? We
Yeah,
can't get
and for instance,
100%, but
if well, if one say one of the prizes was some yarn, I think we had some yarn, I think it was last year.
yeah,
And we noticed that this person that we drew their name didn't do any of the crocheting. She's not going to get the yarn.
right,
We'll
right.
make sure of
Yeah.
that.
We try, well, I won't say we make sure. We try to
We
do our
try to make
best
sure.
to curate the
Yeah.
prizes.
Hmm.
Okay. And actually, this last time, because I was a little concerned about that, and I also felt bad, some people didn't get prizes because, like I said, we had 70 people and basically 32 prizes. So none of, I gave everybody a prize. Okay. I gave one of my, what do you call it, patterns that I have in my Etsy shop. I gave it to everybody for free. Okay. It's a tutorial pattern. It has, and it's one that I did years ago for one of the retreats, but I actually jazzed it up and it has an extra pattern in it. So I felt it was worthwhile and it's a, anyway, so I did that. And I will try to do that in the future if I can. But yeah, we're open to, if you're like, I really, really don't want this thing as a prize, like, don't give it to me. Let us know and we'll do what we can. Okay.
We'll arrange things
Yeah, we will do our
so if
best
your
to get,
name's drawn and you
yeah.
don't want that,
Yeah. So, because we draw all the names, okay? And like this time we had 30 names, 30 names. We did the grand prizes first,
oh
set
yeah.
those people aside. Then we drew the 30 names, and then we put them all out, and then we looked at all the prizes we had, right? And we kind of matched people up with stuff we knew that they would like, okay? And so and on that note, a couple people were kind of bummed about the, especially the people overseas, um, about the idea that they don't always get a chance to get the physical prizes because the people who donate prizes also mail the prize to the prize winner. And out of all the people who donated prizes, only one person agreed to send a physical prize overseas.
Overseas. It's expensive.
It is very, very expensive. It is very expensive. So, I mean, I don't know if you guys have ever sent anything, but I mean, one of the last times I sent something and it was small to, I want to say it was, I think I sent it to Scotland or something. And it was like a dress, like a doll dress in a little thing. It was like $26, I think it cost me.
Just in
And
shipping.
just in shipping. Yeah. you know and then plus the it is takes extra, you got to fill out the customs form. Not everybody's comfortable with that, on and on and on. So
And then sometimes don't you even get possibility of extra charges?
yes, I'm
They
always
may have
concerned
to,
about that. Yeah,
yeah. And so we're a little, yeah.
yeah,
So,
like the VAT tax and the yeah. In fact, this time I sent, so one of the prize winners this time lives in the UK, Claire. Claire, who makes things, she won the Robert Tonner doll. And I hope that customs people don't give her a hard time because it really, really is a gift. Okay? It really is. And just to make sure, I wrapped it in gift wrapping paper before I put it in the mailer box and put a little card because it is a gift. And I don't want them to think, oh, she's just trying to get over or something like that. Because I don't know. I don't know enough how that works. All right. So oh, just real quick on the goodie bag. Not everybody got it. As usual, no big surprise. Everybody loves the t-shirts. Shout out to Jennifer Crow who helped us with that. She's on board to help us again next year, and we're already getting going on that. So
oh yeah.
we're like 90% sure about the
I
theme
can't
this
wait
time.
to tell you the
I
theme.
know it's so much fun. It's going to be so hilarious. I think it's going to be. I know this was really fun too, but this is going to be like goofy fun,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
like. So. T-shirts were a big hit. We will be having goodie bags again next year, and for me, I felt 30 was a good number. Okay. 30, very easy for me to mail out. I mean, not very easy, easier. Okay. Yes,
Easier.
they went quickly. We actually are reevaluating future retreats. We're not sure if we're going to always do goodie bags in the future, but the t-shirts, yes,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
those for sure.
We're trying to figure out maybe revamping that part of
Yeah.
it.
Yes. Yeah.
But not,
So
it won't be for this next time though.
right. So the t-shirt, everybody loved the prizes, and they were super impressed that Rachel Hoffman at Virtual Doll Convention donated a Gwen, Robert Tonner Gwen doll. And
We
Terry
were
and I were just
full.
so tickled that Claire got it, because she doesn't have a Robert Tonner doll. She does not.
She's been wanting one.
She has been wanting one. I mean, it's just, and she's been to all but the first retreat. Claire's been to all of them. She helps us promote it, and she's very active in it, even though she has to get up at weird times to participate with us because she's in the UK. So,
I know when we picked her name, I was like, no way.
yeah, that was so funny. All right, so on my list also includes some information, and it was really a good idea that somebody gave us about where to find the older videos for past retreats on our YouTube channels.
Mhm.
So, Terry, what are you doing to address that for your channels?
So, actually, I put together a video on how to find our past retreat videos,
Hmm.
and it's actually posted in the 2026 virtual Blythe retreat.
So
But
you have a virtual Blythe Retreat 2026 playlist on which channel of
on
yours?
both of them,
On both of
'cause-
them. Okay.
so my jewelry channel, which is Tapping Flamingo, um, that one is strictly jewelry. And the techniques I use to make jewelry for adults and
Hmm.
dolls are exactly the same. It's just they're scaled down for the dolls.
So
You
you
know,
have a playlist of
so I have
past
a virtual
workshops.
Blythe retreat playlist on
Okay.
both of them.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
And
Good.
actually,
Good.
when we first started doing this, I didn't have my second channel.
Right. That's right.
So,
Yeah.
and we've done virtual Blythe retreats. This was our fifth one,
Hmm.
right? Number five.
Yes.
But we also did two tasters.
Oh, that's right. We had two freebies that were like miniature retreats that we did.
Right. And I
Right.
put those in there.
Right.
And I did
Yes.
mention the video in the video I mentioned about Tammy's channel, Peacecraft Dolls.
Right.
So because her workshops will be on her channel.
Right. So, and I will say most of my workshops will be on my channel, but not all of them because some of them require a pattern. And so
Right.
somehow I have to get that pattern to people. So I can't just show the workshop on my channel. I got to figure out a way for you to get the pattern. If it doesn't require pattern, that's a different thing. I have some things that don't require pattern or, whatever. But I have like we did a grunge one, the freebie one. There was a miniature grunge themed VBR that we did, and I have a playlist for that. And of course, I have a playlist for crochet and a playlist for sewing for dolls. So a lot of that stuff you're going to find over there. So it's not necessarily in one central location on my channel, but it's a lot of it is over there.
Well, and also I actually show how to hunt for these
Hmm.
in a couple of different ways. One
Yes.
of them is just look for the playlist.
Hmm.
But if you're looking for a specific video, like for instance, another taster we did was Mardi Gras.
Hmm.
And so if you're looking for Mardi Gras doll jewelry, you can just type in
Mardi Gras doll
girl
jewelry.
doll
Yes.
jewelry
Yeah,
and that'll
that's
pop
true.
up.
That is true.
So
Okay.
you use that little magnifying glass icon.
Yes, use the search thingy. That's very helpful. And then let's see. Oh, so we've had people recently and actually in the past reach out to us about being possible guest artists because this is something we've started doing the past couple of years. And
Yeah.
and again, that was something that we got, feedback from in surveys that said, "Hey, we like you guys, but we'd like other people too." And so we reached out to the community and we've been having people step in and help us out. And for the most part, we have reached out ourselves to people, right? To people that we feel could do what we want them to do. And lately, the past couple of years, we've had people approaching us about it.
Mhm.
And maybe you want to talk a little bit about how that goes, Terry. Explain.
So we have a suggestion. Uh, if you want to help us by being a guest artist, we would love that. But in addition to your knowledge of how to do something, like for instance, let's say felting. Felting was something that was, say you know how to do felting
Hmm.
and you want to be a guest artist. Well, do you have a YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Or maybe even an Instagram channel where you're showing how to do this? Because let me tell you this, when I first started doing DIY videos, it's not as easy as you think. It's very easy to get out of camera range and you're over here and the camera's over
I
here.
constantly struggle with that
I
when I
still
do
struggle
this.
with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you want to be a guest artist, practice.
Yes.
Practice
Yeah.
underneath the
I mean,
camera.
it's kind of
Set up a
weird.
YouTube channel.
We do so people who are guest artists get a little bit of something, but they don't get a lot. Okay.
Right.
We give them free entry into the retreat, a free pass. That does not include them getting prizes though. Okay. Unless if they
Right.
buy a pass, then they're entered to win a prize. But if they
Right.
don't, then they don't, right?
Right.
But they can join us for free. And they get a goodie bag if they want. Some people have said they didn't want them, so we didn't send them one. So they get a goodie bag. And then we also allow them to sell things as we have an album area where we have people who, if they donate a prize or are a guest artist,
Hmm.
they're allowed to create an album and sell stuff. Okay.
Right.
So we have that. And that's not really very much, honestly, for the amount of work that they do.
Yeah.
But it's something. And so that said, though, we still feel like we need, quality content. If you've never made a video and now you're suggesting that you want to be a guest artist and show us how to make something, do you even know how to make a video? You know,
Edit, and you have to edit
you have
it.
to edit
You
it,
have to know
right?
how to send it to us. There's a lot involved.
There is, and it's something, I mean, I'm still learning. I
Yes.
don't know a lot of how to do things. I'm extremely limited in my technical abilities, and it's taken me a zillion years just to get to this point. Okay,
Well, and
so
then you get to know how to do it, and what happens? They change it on you.
yeah, stuff changes. That's true. That's true. So anyway, we are very much open to that. But before you just say, I want to show you guys how to felt a teddy bear, um, you know, do you know how to make a video? We need to see some
And
sort
you
of
may be
evidence.
great at the
Right.
felting part or
Right.
whatever your
Exactly.
thing is. You
Oh
may
yes.
be,
Yeah.
you know, perfect at it,
Right.
but you got to know how to videotape it so you
Right.
can do a workshop.
Exactly. I mean, it's just as an example, Kim Davis, she has the Dolls of the Witch in the Wardrobe. Her quality of her videos over there is exceptional.
Hmm.
Okay. She's got it down. So I
She'd
was
be a good one
very,
to go check out.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah. So I was very comfortable with her joining us. And I knew that she would be, because you know, she knows how to do the videos. She's, obviously very talented. The talent's not the thing, is like it's getting the talent demonstrated through the video. That's
Yeah.
the big thing. She is very well spoken, very creative, that kind of thing. So, um, I was confident in that. And I'm kind of a taskmaster, I'm the school teacher, so I'm you know, I expect a lot from people. And I do not, if you can't do it, that's fine, but tell us as early as possible because stuff happens. So if I commit to something, is what I'm trying to say, then I do it come hell or high water. And not everybody's like that, and I understand that. So just the commitment is a big commitment, is what I'm saying. In
Right. Yeah.
way too
Yeah.
many words.
Yeah. And also, if you do commit to this, we're going to need it and pretty far in advance so we can
Yes.
schedule it.
Exactly. Don't wait till the last minute. That can be a problem for you personally, for us, because we schedule, when every one of these things has an agenda. And that goes back to the whole, assigning a prize to a prize post and all this kind of stuff. Terry and I work way ahead. We're already working on 2027. And so we can't get behind because of somebody else's lack of time,
Mhm.
time management. We're gonna leave you behind. That happens. So cut you loose.
Yeah, I was one of these type people that in school, the teacher would say, okay, I'm going to assign you a report and you've got a month to do it. Well, As soon as we got out of the class, boom, I was
Yes.
starting on my project.
Me too. Me too. Yeah. I would, I mean, I remember once I was, my last degree was a graduate degree and we had some assignment or whatever. And like the next day I'm typing this email to the instructor. So I had this idea. I'm going to blah, 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 blah. And he writes me back and he's like, whoa, Tammy, I just told you guys about this yesterday. Rein it in a little bit. Rein it in here.
We're both like that.
I know, but I was like, hey, I'm ready to do it. You assign the assignment. I'm on board, dude. I'm a good student. All right. So the other thing that people helped us with a lot, and this is something that the feedback's always really helpful related to future retreats, are what do they want to see next time? Ideas for what they want to see next time. And we had some of them. Terry, you want to talk about what people were suggesting?
Well, there's a couple things I mentioned felting already. One of them was embroidery.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to think. Oh, like props, which I that would be fun to do, is little
Yes.
props.
Yes, and I
Um,
could see that with the possible theme that, by the way, will be definitely by January 2027, we will spill the beans on the theme. But I think the theme we're thinking of now would actually do really well with props, don't you?
oh yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
So, but more the same, more, again, some people really liked the customizing and some people were lukewarm on it. We will have a little bit of everything again. I definitely see sewing, crochet. I already have a couple projects in mind for that. Terry will do her jewelry making. This
Yep, and I already have
this
them
will,
all
yeah.
drawn up.
Yep. She has some really good ideas for that.
Yeah.
And then we definitely will, like I said, we'll have some customizing again. Um, and then I don't know. I would like to see some props. So, oh, I know. So here's some ideas. So it we mentioned guest artists. So ideas that guest artists, if anybody's out there interested. So embroidery would have to be a project. It wouldn't just be like how to embroidery, right? So it has to be connected to some kind of project that would also connect to our theme,
Hmm.
which you
Which
don't
you'll
know.
find out later what that
Right.
is.
Right. Well, we would tell these people,
Yeah.
right?
Oh yeah.
And what was it? Somebody else talked about showing how to and this make like how to make the little t-shirts with the
Oh yeah.
iron on.
Yeah.
That would be neat. And I mean, I know there's different ways to do that. Some people use a Cricut machine, some people just use the iron-on transfer and that kind of
You
thing.
know, it's Cricut machine would be great, but not all of us have a Cricut.
Hmm.
I have one, doesn't work. It's brand spanking new, never worked. Somebody gave it to me.
Yeah, that's
Anyway,
why they gave it to you.
well, I
I mean,
used it when they
I would
had
be
it.
open to the
Yeah.
Cricut just because I'm curious. But yes, also knowing how to do something really super basic where you don't need a
Right. That
couple $100
everybody has an
machine.
iron. Everybody
Yeah,
has,
yes, yes, exactly.
so
Yeah. So that would be something like like I said, the embroidery, but connected to something, like what are you going to embroidery? That's a thing that has to go with something, right? Uh, Props for sure. Like little miniature food or furniture or
or pets,
pets. Yeah,
yeah.
like the little doggy we did last
Out of
2025.
pipe cleaners.
The pipe cleaner dog. That was a lot of fun. That was fun. More hair stuff. Terry did a hair one, and Terry might be able to come up with another hair idea. But if anybody
I don't
else
know. I'm not really much of a hair person. When
I
Tammy
mean,
asked me to do that, I'm like, ooh.
it's funny because that wasn't mentioned in the survey very much. However, when she did that right after that workshop, people were doing stuff with all their doll's hair like crazy on the group. So I feel like it was very popular. So
Yeah, well, and they liked my idea of putting her in the jar.
yes, that was a huge deal. That was huge. So any hair people out there, hair would always be a good thing. So yeah, we're definitely open to that and open to more ideas. But yeah, for sure the props, I see us doing some props next time, Maybe, similar along the lines to Kim's background thing. And we have asked Kim to come back. So, the background, but maybe some props. And Kim might even be able to, hello, Kim, you might even be able to help us with that. She makes
Well,
some cute stuff. She's made little cookies before and things like that on her site. So, I mean,
yeah.
little, on her channel. So
Well, the background for next year, she's going to have a fun time with
yeah,
that.
yeah, yes. If that's what she wants to
If
do.
that's what she wants to do.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
yes, yeah. But so anyway, I think that's kind of it. I think we went through all the survey questions. We've already started on next year. I mean, we like to do things as early as possible because, like Terry said, sometimes you have technical problems, things that you don't anticipate, and sometimes life gets in the way. You have plans. And I mean, this is something like I learned as a teacher. A lot of times my students would fall behind on things, and it's not like they didn't have intentions of doing the assignment on time, but if you don't plan ahead and then something, you get that flat tire on your way home your way to school from home, and you can't make class, and you're already behind, stuff happens, life happens. And
Mhm.
so we don't like to just wait and just assume that we're going to slap something together at the last minute, where that is not a comfortable thing for either of us. So,
No, no. I mean, people get sick. You have emergent family emergencies sometimes. You
hmm,
have
yeah, yeah,
opportunities. There's, fun opportunities that come your way that
exactly.
maybe not
Yeah.
on the radar right now,
Mhm.
so
But we had a wonderful time with everybody. I want to thank everybody for supporting us. Thank you for people who came, people who donated prizes. Huge thank you to everybody. It was so much fun. I mean, very
huge
active.
success.
Yeah,
Yes.
huge success. I would say we continue to every year. I feel like we get a little bit better, and that's what our goal is. Just to get a little
Mhm.
bit better and a little bit bigger. This
Right.
is, like I said, this is a very small time operation, and we really don't see it getting humongous. This
No,
is something Terry and I've kind of talked about a little bit. It was something because I'm recently retired. I remember when we first started the retreat, I was thinking, oh, maybe this will be like, a small business when I retire. And now that I'm retired, I'm like, mm, no. I like just having fun. I don't want a job. I just got
well, and
just left the
it's
job.
like reading through all the comments that y'all put on, it was
Mhm.
I almost like felt like I was getting to know
Yes.
everybody, and it's like when we pulled out names, we were like, oh yeah, I remember her. She
Hmm.
did blah blah blah, and so it was like we've gotten to know you.
Right, right. And yeah, and I feel like that's something we have like kind of built a community over there. Most of the people actually who are over there, we do know who joined us this time. So a lot of new people joined us this time. And let's just say if you're new to the group, to the retreat, or if you didn't go this time but you think maybe next time you'd like to or whatever, Terry and I have another group. We have a free group right now it's almost 4,000 members over on Facebook called Blythe Doll Buddies. So feel free to join us over there. I have a link down below in all of my videos to Blythe Doll Buddies on Facebook. And it is a very nice group of people over there. It originally was created out of one of our retreats a couple of years ago.
Mhm.
We hated to say goodbye to everybody. So
So we just stuck around.
yeah, yeah, we just stuck around. So that is a wonderful place to share your love of Blythe and all their buddies, all the other
All
dolls
their
over there.
buddies. See,
Yeah.
they're hanging out here.
Yes, it's Blythe Doll Buddies. So it's your
There's some
Blythe
buddies over here.
dolls. You're the buddies. These guys are the buddies. So it doesn't have to be just Blythe dolls. So we're, definitely inviting you to join us on Blythe Doll Buddies, and definitely put us on the radar. The first weekend of June, 2027. Okay, for the next retreat. Anything else, Terry?
I think that's about it.
Okay. Well, thanks again so much for joining me today. And if you have any comments or questions, you can feel free to put them down below. Please give this a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Have a wonderful Dolly Day. Bye.
Bye bye.